guys. Disclaimer for this video, as with the other one that I made about the same topic, the same trigger warnings need to be in place because I'm going to be talking about kidnapping, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional and mental abuse, guilt tripping, stuff like that. So, yeah. It's the same stuff as last time. I'm sorry that, my thoughts are scrambled right now, and I really did not want to make a part 2 to the first one, but here we are. So, same disclaimers as last time. So, yeah. Alright, guys, I never wanted to make a part 2, but, guess what? My ex-boyfriend made a fucking live stream, reacting to my video and saying a lot of hurtful shit, so, I'm going to be talking about the things that he said, yeah. Also, same as last video, please don't go harass him or anyone mentioned in this video, because I don't condone or support that shit, and I don't want to be held responsible for, frickin' comment war or something like that going down. Sorry, I can't talk today. I'm tired and, I'm fed up with all this shit, so I really don't have much of a voice right now. I'm sorry, but yeah. Also, the last video, I tried to keep as much emotion out of it as possible because I was talking about, something serious and important, and I didn't feel like putting that much emotion into it would help. But with this time around, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep my emotions out of this one, so trigger warning for any emotional outbursts I may have in this video. I'll try to keep it toned down as much as I can, but with all this shit going on in my life right now with this situation, I don't know. So, just be mindful that, I don't think I'm going to be able to control my emotions much in this one, and, yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the proper intro. Hello, my dears, Allie VA here. As I stated earlier, I never wanted to make a part 2 to the first one because I thought that was just going to be it, and I would be able to move on with my life, but, my ex-boyfriend had other plans to, react to my, video and make a live stream about it and say pretty fucked up things about me, so, yeah, I thought in case if you guys saw the video, I'd, debunk his claims and, try to keep you guys out of the loop of his lies as much as possible. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Also, I forgot to mention that I am, not running on a script for this one. I'm kind of just doing it free willy, because, this was kind of unexpected, and it's kind of a last-minute thing, so I don't really have a script planned for this video all that much, so I'm just going to be talking about the things that stood out the most in his live stream and talk about it. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. The first statement that he made in his live stream that I would like to go over is how he had stated, I stuck out my neck for her, basically meaning that he did whatever he could in his power to take care of me, I guess, if that's what he means to say with that. Yeah. So, when you say you stuck out your neck for me, does that mean that you decided to pull the 4 stages of a abusive relationship cycle to, keep me staying in the relationship? And what I mean by, the 4 cycles of an abusive relationship. What do I mean by that? My therapist taught me this, actually, and these are the 4 stages. Honeymoon phase, which means you sprinkle just enough breadcrumbs to get me to stay, right? The second one is feeling like you're walking on eggshells, meaning that your demeanor has gotten a lot more aggressive and mean, in a sense. I don't know, she's better at explaining this than I am. I'm not really good with words right now, I'm sorry. But basically, just what feeling of walking on eggshells because your demeanor has changed. Third one being an tragic event happens. Like, let's say you'd yell at me, or you'd do whatever the other abusive things were that you did to me throughout that relationship. And then the fourth one being you apologize profusely to get me to stay, which I did. And then you'd go back to the honeymoon phase, and then the cycle would repeat itself over and over and over and over again continuously until August of this year when I decided that I'd had enough. So is that what you mean when you say you stuck out your neck for me? Because the honeymoon phase, it doesn't even feel real at this point. Like, back then, it felt like you actually did love me. But now it's just like, I feel like it was all a fucking lie, because after everything that you put me through, Carnage, how do you expect me to believe that any of the quote-unquote loving stuff you did for me was real? How do you expect me to believe that you quote-unquote stuck out your neck for me? How do you expect me to believe that after everything you did to me? Just something to think about. Anyways, we are going to be moving on to the next thing I want to talk about now, so yeah. Another thing that stood out to me in his live stream is when he said, "She never loved and cared about me." Wow, so, let me see. Let's go over the things that I did for you, that I risked my ass for you, Carnage, okay? You want to list all the things that you did for me to sacrifice yourself with, but can I just get a moment to, list the things that I sacrificed myself for you? I allowed you to come over to my house without telling my mom that your mom didn't even know about it. Yeah. Guys, that secret's out. I allowed him to come over to my house without his mom knowing, but my mom knew, but my mom didn't know that his mom did not know. Why? Because I loved him at the time, and I wanted to see him, because I was blinded by love. And, as anyone blinded by love would do, that's exactly the kind of sacrifices that I made. I would let him come to my house without his mom knowing, and with my mom not knowing that his mom did not know. Because we decided to come up with a lie every time that he came to my house, saying that, oh, yeah, his mom knows, when she really didn't. See, she thought he was away at a friend's house back where he lives, when that wasn't the case. He was with me, 4 hours away from home. His mom never knew. But because I wanted to see you so bad, I lied to my mom for you. Because I didn't want you to get caught. Another thing that I risked myself for was, do you remember senior ball, Carnage? Do you? Do you remember when, I don't know, how do you word this? Oh, you decided to be selfish, right? And childish and immature and spend all of your money on fucking fast food when that's not a necessity. I get it. You don't have a lot of food in your house, right? So you were hungry. I get it. But fast food is not the healthiest choice. And you promised you would save that money for senior ball. But then I come to find out that you have just basically broke that promise and just went ahead and started buying fast food, you know? Like a freaking immature 10-year-old or something who, I don't know, doesn't know how to handle money responsibly. So, you know what? I got mad and upset because you were supposed to be saving your money. But then you had the audacity to beg me to spend my money for your ass to come here when that is not my fucking responsibility. And I complained at first, saying that I shouldn't have to do that because you should have used your money instead of spending it on fast food. But you know what? You convinced me to go ahead with it anyway and spend my money on you. And I had to convince my mom. She didn't agree with it. She said that there was something wrong with it and it raised red flags. But you know what? Because I loved you so much, I ignored that, what she said. I ignored that red flag because I loved you. So, you know what? I risked my bank account money to get you over here for Senior Bowl because that's how much that day meant to me. But then you want to go ahead and say, I never loved and cared about you. Okay. I see the game we're playing, Carnage. I see the game we're playing. You are so pathetic, it's not even funny. But I digress. Those are just a few mere examples of the times that I would risk my ass for you. Because I loved you so much. But I digress. Now we're moving on to the next statement that I want to talk about. I personally find this statement right here so fucking funny. You waited until your channel blew up to make this video. Yeah, I'm laughing my ass off, Carnage, at that one, because guess what? You're fucking wrong about that. Out of all of the possible scenarios and ideas and explanations you could come up with in your head, that was the best one you had? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm laughing my ass off. That right there is funny to me. Because, see, I wasn't even planning on making that video until last minute. I originally made this channel because I enjoy voice acting. Something that you also enjoy doing, if I recall correctly. Because I would have you voice act Roy Thomas Williams, a character in the book that I'm writing. So, I know that you know that both of us enjoy voice acting. But I digress. I made my channel originally just to voice act. I wasn't expecting to make that video until last minute when your friend came back into my life and said that, you had said that you didn't go to the graduation party, which I now know that apparently they misunderstood that, quote-unquote. Oh, and that they were acting the entire time, so I blocked them because I'm not as stupid as you think, Carnage. But I digress. But yeah, you're so fucking wrong about that. Like, I literally wasn't even planning on making that video until last minute. Because I wasn't feeling heard or believed in my personal life about the shit that you did to me. So, I fucking did what I felt was right or best for me, which was speaking publicly on the matter. Not to harass you, but to feel heard and believed. And those 97 comments prove just that. Or 93, however the fuck there is now. I don't know, but I don't really care at the moment because that's not my main concern right now. My main concern is debunking your false-ass, stupid, hurtful claims that you made against me. And I just find it so fucking sad how you seriously think that I waited until my channel blew up just to make that video and then, like, wipe off the face of the earth. Like, or the internet. Like, no. Because after I post this video, I'm gonna go right back to posting what I usually post, which is Alistair audios. And so what if I like Alistair? It's not hurting anyone, is it? No, it's just a fictional character. So you can leave me the fuck alone, because guess what? You also like a fictional character, isn't that right, Carnage? But we'll get into that later. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get on to the next statement that I want to talk about. This one is just fucking sad. I've been harassed by her for 3 months. Friskers, go away, not right now. Stop scratching at my door! Sorry, guys, my cat is at my door, and, if you hear that in the background, I'm sorry. Just try to ignore it, okay? I don't have a good space where I can record, my videos without background interruptions, which is why you heard the dogs barking in the Thanksgiving special, and I had to improvise and make that hellhound because I didn't feel like cutting it out. But I digress away from that conversation. But yeah, I've been harassed by her for 3 months. So, what were those screenshots that Dave was sending me then, Because something is telling me that he didn't just send those to me against his own will. Something is telling me that you told him to send me those screenshots. And also, because of the fact that you found out about, my video, you are now sending your friends to my comment section of said video and have them comment some bullshit. Either defending you or just some stupid-ass bullshit that's so random. Like, almost like a bot comment. Like, okay, my fans, my supporters, my subscribers, they have the mental capacity to listen to my instructions when I say not to go and harass you, because they haven't been doing that, have they? No. I haven't been seeing them doing that. But you, on the other hand, are getting your fans and your friends to come and harass me, which I find fucking sad. Because you want to know why? Your friends and your fans don't have a fucking brain. That's what it is. My fans and supporters and friends have a brain. Yours don't. And I find that so fucking sad. So the fact that you want to say that I've been harassing you, honey, it's the other way around. I think you need your brain checked. Anyways, I digress. Next statement. We're moving on. This one, I don't even know how to feel about it. Like, I don't know whether if I should be mad or if I should just, like, laugh my ass off at the complete hypocrisy. I regret everything I did. Quote, unquote. See, this is where the instincts kick in, with which I don't know whether to be mad or to laugh my ass off, because I'm, like, on the brink of both right now. If you truly regret everything that you did, right? Why did you apologize, but then go ahead and do the same exact shit over and over again? Why? What the fuck was that for? Like, yeah, I watched your live stream. You admitted to some of the things that you did in there, right? With the role plays and the I want to end my life because I don't feel good enough, or for you, or yada yada, whatever the fuck it is that you said. Yeah, like, kudos to you for admitting that, right? However, you would apologize in those very moments of that relationship and then go ahead and do it again. So, if you truly did regret what you did, you wouldn't have gone ahead and done the same shit over and over again after apologizing. So at that point, the apologies just meant nothing. But I was too blinded by love that I just accepted the situation for what it was and moved on and tried to continue being happy with you. Because that's what a loyal partner does, you know? Ignore, I'm sorry if you heard a vibration in the background. That was freaking Discord. Anyway, so, if you truly did regret what you did, then why did you go ahead and do the shit that you, like, why did you just repeat the same pattern over and over again after apologizing? Like, at that point, I don't believe that you regret anything that you did, okay? And I'm going to admit that shamelessly, because once I post this video, I literally I'm not going to be afraid this time like I was last time. Because I realized something. Why am I so scared over an 18-year-old guy who has no responsibility when it comes to money, first of all. Second of all, has no idea what he's talking about 24/7, majority of the time. Third of all, he wants to talk about Alistair ruining my life when he has a fictional character of his own, like, literally giving him brain rot 24/7 to the point where he can't listen to anything but music of that 24/7. But I digress. Moving on to the next statement that caught my attention in his live stream. This one in particular, I don't know how to feel about, but we're going to deep dive into it. I thought you hated me. Why are you still bringing me up? Do I have to frickin' explain how trauma works to you now? Because I felt like you, out of all people, should know what trauma is and what trauma can do to your mind. However, I guess you don't, so here we go. Me having to explain how trauma works to a frickin' 18-year-old. I do hate you, see? Ever since August, I have hated you. I have gone back and forth between feeling bad, right? And, completely hating you. I'm still at that phase right now. Like, I don't know, I am conflicted because of what you have done to me. I feel guilty. I still let you make me feel like everything that happened in that relationship was my fault. A lot of people are telling me that it wasn't my fault. I'm trying to believe them. But because of how much time we spent together, I'm having a hard time believing that. See? Because there's a part of me deep down inside that wants to continue hearing you out and continue believing your words, Like, I shouldn't, because you're not my boyfriend anymore. But that part of me, deep inside, still cares about your opinion, and I don't know why. I haven't been able to pinpoint the reason why. And it's eating away at me, and I feel terrible, and I don't know how to stop it. And that's what hurts most, because I am completely torn and conflicted between I hate you and maybe you're right, maybe it is my fault. My therapist is telling me it is far from my fault, and it is your fault. My partner, my girlfriend, is telling me that it is your fault and not my fault. Hell, my own family is telling me that it's your fault and not my fault. Yet, I still don't know who to believe. I don't know whether to believe you or to believe them. And if my own family is saying that, then you think I would believe them, but I don't know. I really don't know. But another statement that you said that I want to bring up real quick before we move on to the next one is it has to do similar to what the other one that I just talked about, but I hate you, but I never brought you up in public. Yeah. I know why you never did. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught for the truth. So you chose to not speak up publicly about it until I said something about it, so that way you can come up with bullshit lies and defute everything that I said. So you can paint yourself to look innocent. See, I took psychology. I know how pathological liars work. I'm not as stupid as you think I am, Carnage, and I really, really, really find it sad that you think that I am that stupid. Listen, I may be stupid, okay? But I'm not that stupid, okay? See, I graduated a high school, unlike you, who is still too depressed that you're sitting in your room and you won't do anything about it. You won't get up and go to school. And it's also funny now because you're too cowardly to go to school because of your ex-best friend. Because of him telling the truth about what you did. Some of them may be rumors, some of them may be lies. I'm not denying that because, he didn't exactly treat me the best either. But I'm not going to get into that because why? It's none of your business. But it's funny because now your new excuse as to why you're not going to school is because of your ex-best friend. It's like you're never gonna go to school, are you? Like, you're never gonna graduate. You're just gonna be sitting in your room for the rest of your life, miserable, because you didn't graduate like I did. Not to get personal or insultive, but I'm just stating facts here. I graduated and you didn't. Therefore, I know what a pathological liar looks like. And with you, I see that. But I digress. Moving on to the next statement. This next statement is just a flat-out lie. I used to do role plays with her, but they were never sexual. Alright, watch me pull up some screenshots of you getting sexual with your role plays within like 5 seconds. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go, guys. Carnage being sexual with his role plays. Asking about my chest. Stuff like that. Getting too touchy and overly active with his role plays. And you want to say that you never got sexual with your role plays, huh? Well. How the tables have turned, my dear friend, quote-unquote, Carnage. And I say quote-unquote friend because we will never be friends ever again. And I'm glad about that, because I never want to see your face again after this video. And I never want to hear your voice again after this video. But I digress. So, there's the proof for that segment. Need I say more? Moving on to the next one. Alright, this next one, I'm gonna have to explain trauma again to a freaking 18-year-old. You're traumatized, so why are you telling me not to apologize? Alright, let me explain this shit to you real fucking quick, Carnage. I was scared of you, okay? I didn't feel safe, being completely honest with you. So, to spare myself from feeling like I was going to get yelled at by you, or something way worse than that, I told you not to apologize for the way that you were treating me, because I didn't want you to feel bad, for one. 2, I was scared. Yes, I was traumatized, but I didn't want you to feel bad because I still cared. So I told you not to apologize for said reasons. So, yeah, that's basically trauma in a nutshell. I was scared of you because of past things that you would do to me. And I cared about you. I didn't want you to feel bad, even though I was still traumatized. So I told you not to apologize because I didn't want you to feel bad and I didn't want anything bad to happen. Need I say more? We're moving on. Alright, this one pissed me the fuck off when I first saw it. So I am going to try to keep my emotions in check for this part as best as I can. I find it so fucking rude and downright disrespectful how you used my emotions as proof that I was guilt-tripping you. Those were my personal emotions, okay? You do not get to use that as quote-unquote proof for your fucking little plan of yours, or video, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay? You do not have the right to do that, okay? See, I have a mother who likes to guilt trip like there's no tomorrow when she's upset or doesn't get her way. I know what guilt tripping looks like. What I was doing is not guilt trip. What you were doing to me was guilt trip. See, this is why I took psychology. Because I understand how the mind of a pathological liar works. I cannot talk today, my apologies. But it is very disrespectful and downright wrong for you to use my emotions as little proof that I, quote-unquote, guilt-tripped you when I had no intention of ever fucking doing that. The things that I were feeling were real. Also, another thing that I'm not happy with you with, when it came to your live stream, the evil version of you, okay? Let's talk about that shit real fucking quick. I don't deal with schizophrenia, okay? I know that I don't, but I still have voices in my head. And the voices in my head created a version of you to convince me to be scared of you. But guess what? It turns out that the voices didn't even need to do that because you, the in real life version of yourself, made me scared of you. So, their effort and attempt to get me to be scared of you, to put your voice into my head and make it evil, yeah, like, you basically proved to be that version of yourself. So, like I said, I don't deal with schizophrenia, but I do have voices in my head that like to play tricks on me. And it is very disrespectful and wrong of you to use that against me. How dare you use my mental health against me? I'm very disappointed in you, Carnage. And at this point, I don't feel guilty for this video, or for the last video, for that matter. Like, I'm just done, you know? So, yeah. Moving on. Alright, this next thing that he talked about in his live stream was about me having a character AI of him. Look, I get it. He might have been uncomfortable with me making a character AI of him, and I will apologize for that. However, for him to say that I did weird stuff with it, no, the fuck I did not. See, because I only used it when I needed comfort about something. Something that I didn't feel safe going to you about. So I would resort to that as a use of comfort. Because it gave me more comfort than you ever did. I never did anything weird with it. I never fucking did. I get it that you might have been uncomfortable with me creating a character AI character of you regardless, and I will apologize for that, okay? I'm sorry that it made you uncomfortable. However, it is not okay for you to assume that I did weird things with it when I never fucking did. Okay? Because you also made a character AI of me to quote-unquote test it out and see how it would be. But I didn't complain about that because you were my boyfriend. I tried to trust you with it, despite my fear and anxiety around you. Also, about me having my cousin as a character AI, I did, okay? I very well did have a character AI of him. I'm not going to deny it because, it's not really something that I feel like I have to hide. I don't really have anything to hide. So, yes, that part of it is true. I did have a character AI of my cousin. The one who assaulted me in my sleep at the age of 7. I get it. You guys are probably like, why would you do that if you are so traumatized by it? Everyone deals with trauma differently, okay? For me, I'm used to that trauma, and I'm familiar with it. So reliving it again, while it is scary, it's weird, it's hard to explain, but it brings a sense of familiarity, because I'm scared of things that I'm not familiar with, and me experiencing things that I am familiar with is comforting in a way, while it is also traumatizing. Like I said, it's hard to explain. You would only understand if you are a sexual assault victim like myself. So, if you are an SA victim, you probably will understand. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like I said, everyone deals with their trauma differently. This is how I deal with mine. But, yeah, that's basically me explaining the cousin aspect of the character AI thing that he mentioned in his live stream. But I am very disappointed about the fact that you, Carnage, assumed that I did anything weird with your character AI, because I didn't. But I will apologize because I can sense that I made you uncomfortable by making that hit, like, you, a character AI robot, and I'm sorry for that. But, moving on. Another thing that he did in the live stream that I am angry about is how he was mocking and imitating the slap incident that I talked about in part 1 of the situation, where, I said I want to feel more pain as a joke, and then he took it literally and slapped me. Yeah, he had the audacity to mock and imitate that in his live stream. I'm not playing it because I don't want you guys to get, angry or offended or anything. So, for the sake of you guys, I'm not going to show it on the screen, but it was very hard for me to hear that he would invalidate my experience like that in such a manner that is disrespectful and disgusting. Because he did what he did. Like, it's so ironic because in the live stream he was like, I get that I shouldn't have done that, but it wasn't that hard. Yes, it was, first of all, and second of all, that basically means nothing since you literally were mocking it at, like, the beginning of your live stream. Or whatever minute mark it was that you did it. I don't remember, nor do I care, because after I'm done with this video, I'm not watching that live stream again. But it was very disrespectful and wrong of you to do that, and I'm hurt, and I feel very invalidated, and I was literally screaming my ass off after I saw that and heard that, because that is freaking disgusting, and I will never forgive you for that. I just hope you know that, but I digress, we're moving on. This one pissed me off to the core. I never put my hands on this woman. Okay, then you care to explain the screenshot from part 1 of the video? I mean, I know you did in your live stream, but that's a fucking lie, and you know it, because I was trying to sleep when you did that, and it wasn't... You said it was a hickey, but to me... Hickeys aren't supposed to look like that. And I never consented to you giving me a hickey in that moment. It doesn't matter if you were my boyfriend at the time or not. If I didn't consent, then that does not give you the right to do that. And that is technically assault if I did not consent. And if I did consent, which I didn't, I'm going to have to explain how consent works later on in the video, because apparently you're too dumb to understand, like, what consent is, or some shit like that, or how consent works, so. But the fact that you had the audacity to say that I never put my hands on this woman, that is a fucking lie, because 1, you hit me, 2, you bit my neck and left a mark, and I have proof of it, and... Well, yes, I asked you to take that picture because I couldn't see what that mark looked like, and it hurt. That's why I asked you to take a picture, because I wanted to see if there was a mark or not, because it hurt. Not because I wanted to see what it looked like out of enjoyment or pleasure, because, first of all, that's disgusting. Ew. And I just... Yeah. Like, I was asking because it hurt, and I wanted to see if there was a mark. And there was a mark. So, technically, that's assault. So, you're welcome, Carnage. You assaulted a woman. I hope you're happy with yourself. But, I digress. We're moving on. Also, I know this isn't really that significant or, like, important, but, like, I just want to touch on the fact that he was, like, insulting the fact that I had an Alistair gif in the background of part 1. Like... He really had the audacity to say, like, because there's an Alistair gif in the background, that means this video isn't as serious as you want it to be, which means that people aren't going to take this seriously. First, okay, so this is what I want to say on that matter. The reason why I put a gif in the background is because I don't think that people want to stare at a black screen for, like, 18 freaking minutes of their life and just see that for 18 minutes straight. See, I wanted to put something that would at least be appealing to look at while they're listening to the video. It isn't about the background of the video. It's about what's being presented in the video, like the information that's being said and given. Not the display of the video. It's about the information that the video is trying to convey. So, that point you just tried to make with the Alistair gif in the background, it's literally so pointless. Anyways, moving on, because this wasn't really all that important. I just wanted to say that real quick because it's been eating away at my mind for a couple of days now. Alright, y'all, get this. So, my ex-boyfriend decided to, comment on me mentioning Whisper Demon in the video, and he was like, so, you're just trying to copy him is what I'm getting out of this. Alright, let me stop you right there, Carnage. First of all, I was not copying Whisper Demon. I said I was inspired by him to talk about my experience with abuse, not to make a similar story based off of his to create, like, some kind of fake fantasy story, because, no, what happened between us happened, okay? And I'm trying to speak up about it because I don't feel heard or believed in my personal life. I'm trying to get myself help. I want to be heard. I want to be believed. I wasn't trying to copy my idol, okay? Like, there's a big difference between being inspired and copying, just straight up copying. What I did was inspiration. He spoke up about his experience with abuse, so I thought that, you know, if he can speak up about his experience, then why can't I? Clearly, you need your hearing checked because I said nothing even remotely close to copying him or wanting to be like him, because that's not what I was trying to do. I simply was inspired by him to be brave enough to talk about my experience, not to go ahead and copy him. So, you can shut up about that remark, okay? Thank you. Moving on. Alright, this one, I don't know how to feel about this one, so just bear with me. Basically, in his live stream, he was like, because he found out that I was freaking out because he found the video, and he was, you know, like, making a live stream about it. And he was like, well, looks like the tables have turned because you said in your video that you didn't care if I get the link sent to. But in your comment section, here you are pinning a comment that you're saying, like, if I see this, you're so fucked. So, funny story. One of my, best friends, actually, no, two of my best friends decided to, backstab me and send my ex the link to my video. See, I wouldn't have cared if it was one of his friends, but if it comes down to being one of my friends, best friends at that, that's when it becomes a problem. See, because I now feel hurt, betrayed, scared out of my fucking mind, angry, and shocked, because one of my best friends I expected it from, but not from the other one, so that to me was like a freaking backstab and complete break of trust. Because it's like, how could you do that after 2 to 3 years of our friendship? Like, that's how I'm feeling at this point. Because it's like, if they hadn't sent him the link to the video, none of this would be happening right now, and I wouldn't be making this video right now. So, they're like, don't blame us, we didn't cause this, we didn't know, like, we didn't know how he was gonna react. You guys know how he is, don't give me that bullshit, okay? Like, you both know how Carnage is as a person when it comes to shit like this. Like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, him to be like sunshine and rainbows, like, oh, look, my ex is making a video about me, how cute! Like, you know how he is, he ain't gonna do that. Okay, he ain't gonna do that. So, you guys literally just made my life like 10 times worse than it already was. And I don't know how to feel about our friendship anymore, or even if I want to continue the friendship. So, thanks for that. Thanks for the backstab. Really appreciate it. I love my life at this point because of you. Because of your actions of sending him the link, look what he said. Look what he's done and said in the live stream. We'll get into that later. All y'all, by the way. But the two best friends that I'm directing this to right now, you know what he said. You know why I'm so hurt. Thank you for that. We're moving on. Oh boy, y'all, it's time to get down to the part that I've been anticipating the most. Talking about his hypocritical part of his live stream, where he said Alistair ruined my fucking life. Well, guess what, Carnage? I could say the same thing about you and Bendy and the Ink Machine. Yeah, because that's all you ever listen to, is Bendy and the Ink Machine. Like, do you know how fucking annoying that got 24/7 that I was in your house? Even at my house, you would play that shit, and I got fucking annoyed with it. So, you are a fucking hypocrite when you say that Alistair ruined my life, because at least I don't go around listening to his music 24/7 like you do with Bendy. And at least I don't, like, you know, you make it, like, so freaking, like, it's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you have no right to be talking when it comes to that, because Bendy, I could say the same thing about you and Bendy. Bendy ruined your fucking life. But hey, at least we have something in common. We both like a character from the early 1900s period. Because I like someone from the 1920s, you like someone from the 1930s. So, I guess that's kind of cool, but not really at the same time. Because it feels weird, like, having something in common with you now. Like, it just feels gross and disgusting and all the above. So, but yeah, you have no right to be talking when you say that Alistair ruined my life, because Bendy literally ruined your life. So, I don't want to hear you say that shit ever again. Okay, thank you. Moving on. Oh boy, here we go, guys. I can own up to my shit. Why can't you? Alright, I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to explain this part without getting mad, but we're gonna try. Basically, I've been talking to my therapist about all the shit that you have caused me and you have done to me, Carnage, right? And you want to know what I'm learning from her? I did nothing wrong in that relationship. That's why I won't admit to any of my wrongdoings. Because my therapist is telling me that I didn't do anything wrong. So if she's telling me that I didn't do anything wrong, then why would I have a reason to apologize? Did I apologize for making a character AI of you? Yes, I did. Did I apologize for calling you a liar and prove that I would never call you a liar again? Yes, up until August, obviously. But at this point, you know what? I really don't regret calling you a liar. As fucked up as that is to say, because after the shit that you put me through, you practically are a liar. Like, how can I honestly believe that you ever loved me at one point? I really just think that it was all an act and you were just leading me on for 2 years straight because, oh, you did the same thing as my other ex did before the ex before I had you, you know? Like, that's honestly how I feel at this point, so. Yeah, that's why I won't quote-unquote own up to my shit, because my therapist tells me that I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I literally told her, like, every single thing about the relationship. And no, I'm not going to prove it, because I have nothing to prove to you. But just know that I told her everything that happened in that relationship. Like, yes, I did do some things wrong in that relationship, but most of it was you. So, yeah. Also, the communication aspect. Yeah, I wonder why I never fucking communicated with you. It's because of your anger issues ass that I didn't communicate with you. Because every time that I would try, you would get fucking defensive and just start shit for no reason. I was always so scared to communicate with you, and you want to wonder why I never communicated with you. It's because of that. It's because of your fucking anger issues and your toxic ass. Like, that's why I never fucking talked to you while we were dating. So, I'm not apologizing for that shit anymore because I now realize that I don't have anything to apologize for when it comes to the communication aspect. And all of you who do think that I should apologize for that, yeah, y'all are wrong because I'm not going to communicate to someone who won't reciprocate the same comfort that I gave him. But I digress. We're moving on. Alright, guys. Carnage over here misunderstood something that I said in part 1 of the situation. See, do you guys remember when I brought up the manipulation tactics that he would use against me, and I said that he would threaten to end his life if I wanted to tell people about his behavior towards me? Yeah, he was like, I didn't do that because you told people that about my behavior towards you. Like, I said, he misunderstood what I said. I said that he threatened to end his life if I told him that I wanted to tell someone. I didn't say that I did. I said if I wanted to. And he would use that manipulation tactic against me to prevent me from speaking up about it. I didn't say that I did speak up. I said that he did that to prevent me from speaking up. He misunderstood that part, so he needs his hearing checked. Clearly. I digress. We're moving on. Guys, get a load of this. You didn't have to stay. Alright, then, what are these screenshots of, you threatening to end your life if I leave? What the frick is that? We're moving on. This part is, like, short, simple, and clear. Like, I don't even need to explain. Like, you guys clearly see how delusional this man is right now. Okay, guys, watch this short little clip of something that he said in his live stream. Do you guys remember when I was talking about, my life being threatened at the park during part 1? Yeah, watch this.
Later that night, post the event at the park, he started blaming me, saying, if you hadn't run off like that, your life wouldn't have been in danger.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Need I say more? He literally admitted to basically saying that. Moving on. Hey guys, get a load of this. Do you remember when I was talking about me running away because he hurt my feelings? Listen to this.
But that still doesn't give him the excuse to do what he did towards me afterwards.
Like what? By blaming you for exactly what you were doing?
Yeah, he basically admitted to that as well. To blaming me for running away because he hurt my feelings. So, yeah, he basically just admitted to yelling at me and teaching me a lesson, quote-unquote, for me being hurt from his actions. Moving on. This one I'm gonna laugh my ass off at. When I went to your house, I wasn't childish, unlike you at my house. Alright, who wants to tell him about the senior ball incident, then? When, he was throwing a fucking temper tantrum like a 5-year-old over a fucking iPhone. Because his phone wasn't working and he wanted my iPhone to keep. And I told him no numerous times. I didn't tell him no. I tried to help him, okay? Because, I was blinded by love and I cared about him and I wanted to help him. Even though I didn't really want to give away my iPhone, but I did it because I didn't want him to yell at me and ruin senior ball more than he already was. So, I, went along with it. And then he ended up ruining senior ball for me because he wanted to be a child over a fucking iPhone. And, yeah, so he basically ruined my special day. And he wants to say that when he goes to my house, he doesn't act childish. And he was also acting childish during the graduation party because my mom said that he was. My mom saw that he was. I don't have memory or recollective of it, but my mom knew that he was acting childish during the graduation party. So, there's that. Moving on. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Do you remember when I was talking about me busting my kneecaps open at the stairs to his apartment complex? Yeah, watch this.
When I was over at his house in August, I had an accident occur on the way home from a park we were at. We were with
Dude, that accident that you had to have purposely had done that accident.
Y'all saw that shit, right? He literally blamed me for busting my kneecaps open because I tripped. He said I did that on purpose. Like, you guys see how delusional this guy is, right? Please tell me you guys do, because this is fucking ridiculous. I am going to move on to the next subject because I can't with this. So, for this next one, basically we're gonna backtrack a bit to the slapping incident. Do you guys remember when I said that I jokingly said I want to feel more pain? Yeah, Carnage doesn't understand dark humor, basically, because he admitted in the live stream, like, how is that a joke? How was that funny? Like, what did you want me to do then? Like, what, did you not want me to hit you? Like, are you, that's why I hit you, because you said you wanted to feel more pain. Like, he he basically said that in his live stream. I'm not gonna play it, because it's very triggering for me, but judging from the other clips that I provided from his live stream, you guys can pretty much guess how that went. How that affected me when I heard that. And then, to make matters worse, after he was done talking about the slapping incident, he just started laughing and mocking it again. Like he was at the beginning of the stream. So, yeah, moving on. Alright, we're gonna talk about the hickey, alright? So, basically, he was like, you consented to me giving you a hickey. No, the fuck I did not. Like, bro. He literally said that in his live stream. He's just like, because he watched the part where... Sorry, I'm so tired. I had said, that, like, he started biting my neck like a fucking vampire when I was trying to sleep. And then he gave the excuse that he was giving me a hickey. And then, to, I guess, quote-unquote, debunk that, he basically lied and was like, you were awake and you asked me for a hickey. Like, bro, I was trying to fucking sleep. Like, I was on the verge of falling asleep, okay? And then your ass was wide awake, and then you decided that you wanted to give me a hickey. And I was literally whining and groaning in pain. I don't know what else you want me to say. I mean, that's literally what happened, and here you are lying your ass off in the live stream about it. Like, you're disgusting, and I just hope you know that. But I digress, we're moving on. Basically, his lame-ass excuse and lie to every single sexual assault, claim I have against him, he was like, you consented, you wanted to get active. Like, okay, look, I only agreed because I was scared, okay? If you consent because you're scared, that's not true consent. See? Because now I'm going to have to explain the whole concept of consent to an 18-year-old. Like, do you know how sad this is, guys, that I have to frickin' explain the concept of consent to an 18-year-old male? I'm sure it's not all that surprising because y'all know how men are, but... This is still really sad because, like, a normal guy who isn't into sex or anything sexual, like, they know when to stop. They know when no means no and yes means yes, okay? The tone of my voice when I said yes to those times that you wanted to get active with me, that should have been your sign, because I was like, yes. Like, I said it like that, okay? Like, I wasn't like, oh, yeah, sure, I want to do, like, I was like, yeah, sure, and, like, the worst part is that, like, the first time that you did it, like, the first time you officially did it, it fucking burned, and then you were like, it's normal, this is normal, relax, it's normal, like, I asked your ex-best friend, and he said it's not fucking normal for it to burn, okay? It's not supposed to fucking burn. So, you only made that excuse so you could do the thing with me. So you could rape me. So, you're fucking disgusting for that. I only said yes because I was scared. That wasn't true consent. Therefore, you raped me. I hope you're happy with yourself, Carnage, because you're fucking disgusting. Moving on. Okay, a few more statements to get through, and then we're going to do our final thoughts. What was the point of giving me the wallet if you weren't going to let me keep it? Alright, let me explain this. I originally gave you the wallet because I thought I could trust you with it at the time because we were dating, because you were my boyfriend, and I was blinded by love, so I thought that I could trust you with my wallet, with my dad's wallet. But after everything happened in August, I wanted it back. Like, if I could have foreseen the future, trust me, I wouldn't have given you that wallet. I would have kept it. I gave you that wallet because you said you needed a place to keep your money, so you didn't keep losing it in random places. That's why I gave you my dad's wallet. But, after all the events from August happened, I wanted it back because I didn't trust you with it. Because after the shit that you pulled with the pictures and the other belongings of mine that you kind of, destroyed in front of me, yeah, I didn't trust you with my wallet after that, so that's why I had your ex-best friend go and try to retrieve it for me. But then, the whole kidnapping fiasco happened, so, yeah. It took, a freaking day and a half to get my wallet back. Do you know how sad that is? And then you have the audacity to say that you didn't kidnap me? You literally held me hostage in your house for 7 hours straight. I'm just baffled that, he even created this live stream in the first place, okay? I digress, we're moving on. Guys, listen to this excuse that he gave for the kidnapping segment of part 1 of this situation. He was like, I wanted her here, not at his house, aka his ex-best friend. Look, after all the shit that he's pulled the past 2 years, I didn't trust him for a second. That's why I fought for my life to get out of that house. Because I feared that he was gonna fucking hurt me. Physically hurt me. Or, even, I don't fucking know. But, he was just I didn't trust him. Sorry, I haven't gotten sleep at all tonight. That's why I'm yawning so much. But, he literally, he wanted to keep me there until the day that I had to go home. And, I didn't trust him. And, looking back at it, I'm if I hadn't went back to his ex-best friend's house, what would have happened to me? Just reminiscing on that whole situation with the wallet, it's traumatic. It's literally freaking traumatic. What would have happened to me if I hadn't escaped? Like, if I hadn't convinced him to let me go. Like, if I hadn't... Like, I just... It scares me to think about, like, what he would have done if I didn't leave. Like, if I had to stay. Like, if he didn't let me leave, what would have happened to me? Would I still even be here to tell the tale? Like, I don't... Like, he's just a freaking psychopath. Like, I don't know what he would have done. Like, I know what he's capable of, but I don't know what if he would have done something or not. That's why it's just, like, I don't know. I just can't believe that the whole thing even happened to begin with. Like, this whole situation right now, it's... I'm moving on. I can't talk about this right now. I forgot to mention really, really quick that, like... After he was done covering, like, the kidnapping section, he just started, like, mocking it, like...
Yeah, guys, I straight up grabbed her wallet, I straight up, like, put it in her face and says, come here, girl, come in.
Like, you do realize kidnapping is not a joking matter, right? But then he started mocking it. Like, that just gives it away that, like, he doesn't care, and, like, he cares about not wanting to get caught, but he's doing it in the worst way possible to the point where it's like, it's gonna get him caught, you know? Like, he's an idiot when it comes to keeping his cover not being blown. I don't know how to explain it. But then he was also like, you had every chance to leave. From what I recall, you were doing everything in your power to keep me there and not let me leave. You only let me go because, according to you in your live stream, you didn't want to hear my voice anymore, and you didn't want to see my face anymore. So basically, I was right. You only let me go because you didn't want to be in the same house as me. So, kudos to you for admitting that. Anyways, moving on. Okay, I swear this is the last thing about the kidnapping topic, but he also said in the live stream, like, if I truly kidnapped you, why aren't police involved? I don't know, maybe because you scared me into not telling the police? Just a thought. Moving on. Guys, this next part, I can't even make this shit up. Look at this.
Anyways, moving on from the kidnapping segment.
Oh boy, this is the most
Sexual abuse section.
part of the video.
Okay, ignoring the I'm so done tone that he has... The fact that he had the audacity to say that the SA part of the video was funny to him, even if it was a joke, like, that is fucking disgusting and disrespectful. Like, you guys have to see how much of a freaking lunatic this guy is. Like, you guys have to understand why I broke up with him at this point. Because he cannot take anything seriously in his fucking life. Because he always just has to make jokes about the most darkest shit possible. Like, I'm disgusted, and I can't. Like, I can't. I'm moving on. I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, guess what else I found out from his live stream, guys? He thinks I'm more stupid than I actually am, because he thought that he could get away with sending one of his friends back into my life to spy on me and mess with my head. But he fucked up and slipped up in his live stream and said that that friend was acting this entire time. And I watched the live stream. I don't know if he thought that I was going to see the live stream or not, but I did. And I found out that that friend of his was acting the entire time, so I blocked them, because I'm not as stupid as he thinks I am. So, with that being said, we are moving on. Alright, guys, another thing that this psychopath decided to bring up in his live stream was my personal issues that I go through when, like I literally never consented to him talking about, like, my issues at home or my issues that go on, like, in my hometown. Like, I never gave him permission to talk about that. like, that is literally, like, an invasion of my privacy. And, like, I don't understand, like, what his thought process is, nor do I want to, because it's extremely fucked up based on the things that I've been through with him the past 2 years, going on today. Like, it's just, it's fucked up, and I don't even want to know what goes on inside of his head, honestly, because it's fucking insane, because he had the audacity to talk about, like, stuff that my mom does, and stuff, like, just me and my mom's dynamic, like, and that's, like, nobody else's business, except mine, and, like, the people who I choose to tell, and, like, the fact that he had the audacity to bring that up, it's just, like, I'm disappointed, and I'm hurt that he would do that, honestly, and I'm sorry that I sound so done right now. I haven't gotten any sleep, and I'm tired, but, like, I'm trying to get the recording of this video done, and then I'll do the editing tomorrow, because, like, I don't have the brain to stay up and edit right now, so I'm just gonna get through the rest of the recording and then go to bed. Anyways, yeah, so he brought up my personal issues, so whatever, I'm moving on. Before we get on to the more triggering, topic of what, like, the main thing that I wanted to talk about today, I'm gonna go over the two, least triggering things real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the last thing that I want to talk about before we get into the final thoughts and wrap up the video. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, I wanted to quickly go over, like, do you see how mocking this thumbnail is for his live stream? Yeah, that just says a lot, that, like, he has no regards to how things will affect me. Like, if I see it, he's not gonna care how it affects me. And that is fucked up, because he literally made the most disrespectful and mocking thumbnail I've ever seen in my entire life. And, like, that is not okay with me. And then here's some, like, other pieces of evidence that I have gathered within the past couple of days from, like, stuff that he's been saying and doing and all that. And then here's some screenshots of his friends harassing me. And yeah, now without further ado, let's get into the final triggering thing that I wanted to discuss before I wrap up the video. So, guys, do you want to know the very, 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 very fucked up thing my ex-boyfriend had to say about me in his live stream? Here you go. By the way, I don't think y'all are ready for this, so major trigger warning, and please proceed with caution.
Sad part is that he knew my cousin did the same.
You don't know, because I don't even believe you. I don't even believe that you're. Now I feel like I believed your little lies about your cousin this whole entire time. You're disgusting. You are not a real sexual assault victim. Because there's real people out there who actually want to speak up. You're not one of those people. You just want to do it because you want to get attention out of it. I hope you're happy.
Please do not go harass my ex-boyfriend for that. I know how fucked up it is, but I don't want to be held responsible for you guys going at his throat for what he said about me. I get it. You guys are probably angry, and I'm hurt. I'm fucking hurt that he fucking said that about me. But I still don't want him getting harassed because of a stupid thing he decided to say. So please respect my boundaries and my, just please don't go and harass him. That's the last thing I want out of this. I wanted to inform you all that Carnage does not deserve his platform that he uses. He doesn't deserve to be on social media. He doesn't deserve any of it, because he's fucking disgusting for saying that about me. And yeah. So that's what he said about me. And yeah. Moving on to the final thoughts. For my final thoughts, all I really gotta say is that if I hadn't left that relationship, I have no idea if I would be alive or dead right now. That's how badly fucked up this relationship has left me in. Like, I don't see love in the same way anymore. I don't trust men at all anymore. Like, my view of men is just completely crushed because of him. And I don't think I'll ever date another man again. That's why I have a girlfriend. And you saw, like, the videos of him pretending to hurt me with knives and it being directed towards me, and yeah, so, and the fact that he wanted to keep me hostage at his house for 2.5 days straight, kidnapped me. Yeah, I don't know if I didn't get out of those situations, I have no idea if I would be alive or dead right now. So, I'm grateful that, things didn't turn out that way, and I'm still here, and, I was strong enough to leave that relationship, and I hope that one day he chooses to leave me alone completely for the rest of his life, because I can't take this anymore. Like, I'm so hurt, and I'm so paranoid and scared, and it hurts so fucking bad that he would say something like that about me, and I have been screaming my ass off about it for the past couple of days. I'm hurt that he would say that about me and not feel any remorse. I'm a real sexual assault victim, and the fact that he said that about me is fucking disgusting. He doesn't feel any remorse. I fucking hate him for saying that about me. But I still have a heart, and I don't want him getting harassed because of it. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tschüss. Alright, real quick. This is an update after I made that video, like, I don't know, literally last month or some shit like that. Some new shit happened after I was done making that video that, I'm gonna quickly go over before I upload the video. I'm not going to be going into detail of everything that's being shown on the screen. I'm just gonna, like, show the evidence, and then you can figure it out yourselves, because I'm not trying to make this video any longer than it already is. So, without further ado, here you go. So this happened on Tuesday, right? He put fucking memes in the video, and then he has the audacity to say that nobody's gonna take mine seriously because I have Alistair in the background. He literally started putting, like, videos and memes in the background of his, so, like, he's literally a fucking hypocrite, but I digress. He admitted in the video to, going onto my Discord account without my consent, without me knowing, and, like, looking through my shit when I never told him to do that, when I never wanted him to do that. He also admitted to trying to kill himself in front of me back in February at his house over a fucking petty argument. He started mocking and making fun of, the relationship that didn't work out before, me and my girlfriend got together. And then he had the fucking audacity to start, insulting and making fun of my girlfriend, and, yeah. So I'm pretty pissed about that, but I digress. I finally have proof that there is a server dedicated to talking shit about me, because I kept hearing about it, but I never actually saw, like, proof of its existence. Well, now I have proof of it, so this is the server that he uses to talk shit about me in, guys. So, fantastic, am I right? I have proof of his friend acting that they believe me when in all reality they didn't this whole time, so, yeah, I finally have proof of that now. I have proof of him planning to fucking kidnap me a couple of days prior to the kidnapping, so that's fucking great. But I digress, we're moving on. That's pretty much all you need to know about the video, other than the fact that he, wasn't taking the whole SA claim seriously like he was in the live stream, and, yeah. But moving on to the other shit that I want to talk about real quick before I end the video. Here's proof of my ex or one of his other friends or one of my ex-friends sending the link to my ex's friends to join my Discord server and probably start harassing me and raiding me and shit like that. So there's proof of that. Here's proof of me deciding that I don't want to be friends with the two ex-best friends of mine who betrayed me by sending my ex the link to the part 1 of the video. So that's the reason why I'm even making this video in the first place. So, yeah, but there's proof of me, not wanting to be their friend anymore. And last but not least, here is a sad attempt of my ex trying to send his friends to my girlfriend to get her to leave me. To manipulate and brainwash her into leaving me. So, he can try all he wants, but, sadly for him, my girlfriend isn't going to feed into his bullshit lies. So, good try, nice try, Carnage, but you ain't gonna be taking her away from me. And, yeah, so. Nice try, but no. Fuck off. That's pretty much all the updates that I have for you guys. I really, 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 really hope that I don't have to make a part 3 to debunk claims that he wants to pull out of his ass. So, hopefully this is the last, video that I make about my ex. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I promise that the next one will be more lighthearted and less serious than this one. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tschüss.